2K and Visual Concepts just released NBA 2K22 onto Apple Arcade. Today we're going to have a look at the game's performance and how it differs to NBA 2K21 Arcade Edition. To be honest, NBA 2K22 has pretty much the same graphical quality and performance that we saw in NBA 2K21, which was released back in April on Apple Arcade. Some of you might be saying, well, that's a shame. Keep in mind, 2K21 Arcade Edition had significantly better graphics than 2K20 on the App Store and was a bit closer to the graphical quality of the PC and console versions. Plus, both these games have no pay-to-win elements or ads, as you can't have that stuff on Apple Arcade. The only downside in the graphics department in both versions, to be honest, is that spectator character models can sometimes look pretty damn awful, even at ultra-high video settings, especially when the camera gets in close. 2K21 Arcade Edition, for many, was more of a demo version of the console and PC game. This new game is still sadly missing key content as well. We're talking commentaries, My Career cutscenes, replays, a dedicated tutorial mode on the main menu for noobs like me, and so on. I guess you're mostly just playing this one for the 2022 NBA rosters. With that being said, 2K22 has some small new additions. There are now two new modes. First, the Association mode. Here, players can be the GM or head coach of their favorite NBA franchise and build their own NBA Dream Team. Next, My Court. It has been added to My Career. Here, players can level up stats with special drills in a custom court tailored to their athlete. The game still contains Play Now for quick matches, Blacktop, and various online and two-player local multiplayer modes. Furthermore, the game now has Game Center achievements, with a total of 26 as of October 2021. Ooh, so if you're an achievement hunter, maybe you'll be happy with that. Just like NBA 2K21 Arcade Edition, when you launch this new version, it will analyze your hardware and determine the best video settings to get the best overall performance on iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV. Based on our testing, Apple mobile devices with an A10 to A13 chip will be forced to play at low to medium video settings, with a few advanced settings set to high. The only downside to this is that you cannot go into the video settings and raise up any quality options. You may only be able to lower them, so you'll be forced to see jerseys with unreadable text, a few less people will appear in the crowd, and some people will be missing body parts, which is quite funny actually, on some low-end devices. It's honestly not going to be that noticeable on an iPhone or iPad due to their relatively small display, but it's definitely visible on an Apple TV if you look for it. Still, this is the only real basketball game on Apple TV, so I'm not complaining that much, especially since the hardware and TV is still pretty weak and somehow it's still sticking to mostly 60 FPS, which is pretty good actually. On the other hand, most devices with an A14 or better, or A12X or A12Z on iPad Pro can play the game up to ultra high video settings. Some of these devices will play at high settings by default in order to get a decent frame rate. But you should be able to go into video settings and raise or lower most quality options to meet your own performance needs. Not many devices can actually get a locked 60 FPS at ultra high video settings, even the iPhone 13 Pro. The 2021 iPad mini and recent iPad Pros are the closest devices to hitting 60 FPS more often at ultra high video settings. The best place to play this game right now is Apple M1 based Macs. On either 8GB or 16GB memory configs, you can play at 1080p and ultra high video settings, and you'll get so close to a locked 60 FPS. Even during match cutscenes, the game will dip down to just 58 or 59 FPS at times. No other Apple mobile device is outputting 60 FPS during these match cutscenes, if you want to call it that. So the hardware here must be powerful enough to pull it off. This great performance on M1 might be because 2K22 is now a universal app with native ARM support for Apple Silicon devices. NBA 2K21 is still an Intel app, and it may never become a native M1 app. The ARM build does get better performance overall, and being native just keeps the game future-proof as Apple move away from Intel. The Mac version of NBA 2K22 also offers custom resolution support, which isn't available on iPhone, iPad or Apple TV. You just have to play at the default resolution. So on Mac you can go all the way up to 1080p. This is the same situation in the previous arcade version. I hope so much that native or 4K resolution can be added in the near future, as it should be possible on M1. If not, perhaps 2K and Visual Concepts could add higher resolution and 120 FPS support while you're at it to the new MacBook Pro's chips. Have you or will you play NBA 2K22 Arcade Edition on your Apple device? What do you think of the game's performance, graphics, and content on offer in this new version? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Apple Arcade related. My name's Stewie and thanks for watching.